Morning, Year 2. Welcome to your phonics learning for this morning. Now, this week, you have been spending some time looking at something called a prefix. And the prefix you've been using is the un prefix. This is where we're using our group of letters before a word to change the meaning. Now, this week, you will have noticed that when we add un before a word, it changes it to mean not, and it tells us that word in the opposite effect. So I might be a kind person, which means I'm very nice, or I might be an unkind person. I'm not very nice. But today we're going to go back to looking at our phoneme families, and we're about to meet another phoneme this morning. I'm going to share with you my screen so you can see which sound we're going to be looking at today. Today we are going to be looking at the O phoneme. That's right, the O sound. When we are making the action for this, it's like turning on or off a light switch. Everybody say the sound and do the action with me. Oh, and again. Oh, what sound are we doing today, everybody? Oh, fantastic. Now, there is only one spelling we have at the moment for this particular phoneme, and that is the letter O. But today we're going to meet another of our graphemes to see how else we can spell this sound. To begin with, I have on the screen for you a story with lots of words that have the O phoneme in them. Your job is to find the words with the O sound and write them down. Then I want you to see if you can notice which graphemes are used today, which letters are used to spell this sound. I'm going to read it to you first. Ozzy the ostrich jumped out of bed when he heard a wasp buzzing around his room. It hid in the mop that Ozzy forgot was sitting by his wand. What a mess it made when he knocked it off, and it turned him into a banana. What a silly story. So pause the video here and have a look and see how many words you can find with the O sound. Give yourself a couple of minutes to do that. Hopefully you're a noticing bush baby and found plenty of those words with the O sound in them. On my screen, I've unveiled and revealed the words that I noticed. Ozzy, ostrich, wasp, mop, Ozzy, forgot, was, wand, what, knocked, and the last one, off. All of those words had the O sound in them. But you will notice from the purple colour I've used that that O sound isn't only spelt with the letter O. Here we've got an O, here we've got an O, but what letter is being used here to spell the O sound? It's the letter A. How unusual. The letter A usually makes an A sound. That's a little bit odd. Let's find out some more. Now, looking at the words from the text that we just saw just now, I have put all of the words on one side that have the letter O making the O sound. And on this side, all the words that have the letter A making the O sound. Now, when we look at this side, where the O is used, it doesn't really help us. I can see the letter O at the beginning of words, I can see it in the middle of words. That really isn't very helpful. But when I look over here at the words where the letter A is being used, I wonder if you can notice something that might be giving you a clue that might tell you when we need to use an A to make an O sound. You might want to pause the video and tell somebody at home what you've noticed. Now, I'm not going to share anything just yet because we have a family who are very excited to meet you this morning. Here we have the O family, just two members today. We have Baby O and Mummy O. You'll notice Baby O is spelt with the letter O. Mummy O is spelt with the letter A. Let's find out some more about them. So here is busy Baby O. And he's so busy because he has just learnt to walk. So he is running around everywhere. You will find him in most of the words where the sound O is being used. It's usually our little baby O because he is so busy running about. But we do have mummy o as well. Now, mummy o is spelt with the letter A, but mummy o is quite picky. There's only certain sounds that she likes, and those sounds are w or qu. So if we hear a w before an o sound or a qu before an o sound, we're usually going to use mummy. So let's have a look here. This is the word, we know this one because it's a tricky word, was. If we sound talk was, I hear a w, and then I've got my o, s, was. Now in was, the letter A is making the o sound because there is a w sound just before it. It's the same with this word here. We've got a w sound, and then the A is making the o sound. Let's sound talk this word. S, w, o, n, swan. Down here, I have the qu sound before my letter A. So I know the qu is, when the A is after the qu, sorry, it makes the o sound. So this must say qu, o, u, quarrel. Same down here. The A is after the qu, so it must be making the o sound. Let's sound talk it together. S, qu, o, b, u, squabble. So mummy o is super picky, and we will see her representing the o sound with a letter A after we hear a w or a qu sound. Let's have a go at reading these words, thinking carefully about our family members we have just met. Have those sound talking hands ready? I'm going to add sound buttons as we go. Let me choose a better colour. Okay, here's our first word. Now I can see an O, so I know I've got my O making the O sound. Are we ready? O, B, J, E, K, T. Object. You might have an object at home. That's usually something you can pick up, something you could touch. This one here, I can't see any letter O's, but I know we're looking at the O phoneme today. Miss Pope said something about after hearing a qu, we use a different letter to represent the O sound. What letter is making the O sound in this word? Oh, it must be the A making the O sound. Let's have a go. Qu, o, e, quarry. We also know that Y makes an E sound at the end of a word. Quarry. So here our A was making the O sound. Here we go, another word here for us to have a look at. Can you spot which letter is making the O sound? Have a go at sound talking it yourself at home. What word is this on the board? Shall we see if you're right? W, O, L, E, T. Wallet. Oh, a wallet, like something we would put some money into, or perhaps our credit or debit cards. Fabulous. Let's have a look at this one. I'm going to add the sound buttons. Could you have a go at sound talking it at home? Let's have a look. O, B, S, V. Observe. That means to look at something carefully. Can you have a go at sound talking the last two words on your own? You might want to pause the video to do this. Now let's have a look, see if you were noticing Bush Baby and found those letters representing the O sound. Here we have S, O, L, I, D, solid. Here we have S, W, O, M, P, swamp. I know that Shrek lives in a swamp. That sneaky letter A making the O sound. So your job today is to have a go at spelling the words that are represented in the pictures on the screen. You're going to be using baby O or mummy O. Remember, mummy O only comes after a W sound, and a W sound can be spelt with a W or a WH, and she can come after a Q sound. So if you hear one of those today before the O, you know you're using mummy. If you don't hear one of those before the O sound, you're going to use the little boy instead. So here are your words for today. Are you ready? Here we have crops. Say it with me. Crops. Good job. Here, this man is going for a wander. Can you say wander with me? Wander. Here we have some delicious toffee. Can you say toffee? Fantastic, because remember, until we have said a word, we cannot break it down into its sounds to spell it. Crops, wander, toffee. Here we have some yummy chocolates. They are called quality streets. Can you say the word quality? Fabulous. Quality. This lady is doing a squat. Let's say squat together. Squat. We all know what this is. We have a trolley. Can you say that with me? Trolley. There's a special bird down here called a swallow. Let's say swallow together. Swallow. So your words here are crops, wander, toffee, quality, squat, trolley, and swallow. As a really big challenge, I've also added this extra word, which links to our maths learning. All of these shapes have 4 sides and 4 vertices, so they have a special name. Just like how 4 letters making one sound means quad in phonics. In maths, these are called quadrilaterals. I wonder who would love to try and show off your spelling and write that really long word, quadrilaterals. You can break it down into smaller parts. Quadrilaterals. Okay, break it down into smaller parts to help you spell it. But the most important words today, see if you can say them with me. Crops, wander, toffee, quality, squat, trolley, and swallow. Happy spelling this morning. When you have written some of those words, I wonder if you can try and use any of them in a sentence for me, show off your writing skills in phonics, and if you really want to impress me, could you maybe try and use some of those words with that prefix "un" in your sentence as well? I wonder who is going to be an aim high mountain goat. And then I will see you again soon, where we will look at yet another family together. Take care, year twos, and I'll see you later on. Bye.